I accidentally discovered a keyboard shortcut in Neck Diagrams 2 that's extremely helpful when creating guitar fretboard diagrams, and it's an essential must-know shortcut. There are many reasons why you need this keyboard shortcut, but I will demonstrate how you can use it to extract musical patterns from scales, chords and arpeggios, and create a massive amount of new musical ideas. Let's say I want to find some useful arpeggios contained within a scale. For this example, I will use an augmented scale, as this is exactly the process I used recently to create some new musical ideas from this more exotic sounding scale. So here is a blank fretboard. I will hit the R key to enable the solid dot tool. I can now click on the fretboard to place solid dots and create the scale pattern. As you can imagine, filling the entire fretboard with dots would take a long time. When a fretboard is selected, Shift, Command and A will select all the dots on the fretboard, which I can now delete. So, the essential keyboard shortcut. I will now add the dots once again, although this time I will hold the Option key. This has the same note in all octaves over the entire fretboard. It is now much easier to visualize patterns contained within the scale. The M key selects the marquee tool, and shift dragging allows me to easily select multiple dots. The Command key allows me to add to the selection of notes. I will now hit the Escape key to engage the selection tool and hold the Option key whilst dragging the dots to a new fretboard, which will copy rather than move them. Here is another easy to visualize pattern that can be moved in octaves. Option dragging allows me to copy the 6-note group to a new fretboard, and whilst the notes are highlighted, I will hold the Option key and copy the 6-note group to higher octaves. If I highlight a note and hit the R key whilst holding the Shift and Option keys, I can assign the selected note as the root note. It is now easy to see any triads and arpeggios contained within the scale. You may have noticed that the interval spelling varies for some of the notes, and there is a mixture of sharp 5 and flat 6 spellings. I can adjust the enharmonic spelling of any flat 6 in the Property Inspector to a sharp 5. I can also click on Apply to Fretboard, so all flat 6 notes are now labelled as sharp 5. If you know music theory, this scale contains the root, 3rd, 5th and 7th, which gives us a major 7 arpeggio. Other arpeggios contained in the scale are minor major 7, root, flat 3rd, 5th and 7th, and a major 7 sharp 5 arpeggio, root, 3rd, sharp 5th and 7th. One reason for me choosing the augmented scale for this example is that you might not be as familiar with fingerings of arpeggios such as major 7 sharp 5. If you want to learn various fingerings, or even just a more comfortable fingering that your hand finds easier to play, we can use the Option clicking keyboard shortcut once again. By clicking on each note to remove it, then again with the Option key, all possible fingerings for this arpeggio magically appear. If you want to highlight a specific fingering, hit the Escape key, select the fretboard and hit the A key, whilst holding the Shift and Command keys. Now hold the Command key while selecting the notes you would like to highlight, and hit Delete to remove the notes you do not need. The augmented scale is a symmetrical scale, meaning that anything you play repeats in major 3rd intervals, or every 4 frets. I can demonstrate this by selecting the 3rd of the scale and hitting Shift, Option and R to assign this note as the root note. All the scale intervals are the same as when played from the A note on fret 5 on the low E string, although now from this new C sharp root note. You can also see the major 7 sharp 5 arpeggio shape built from this new root note. I can repeat this process and assign the 3rd above the C sharp note as the new root note. Once again, we have the same intervals, although this time with F as the new root note. The major 7 sharp 5 arpeggio shape is repeated 4 frets higher than from the previous example. This process of finding structures hidden within scales is also great for chord substitution. Command A to select all fretboards, Shift Command A to highlight all notes, and Delete gives me a blank slate to play with. Here is a D9 chord. If I highlight the 3rd and hit Shift Option R to assign this as the root note, I have a root, flat 3rd, flat 5th, and flat 7th contained within the chord. I can therefore play an F sharp minor 7 flat 5 chord anytime I want to play a D9 chord. Option clicking these notes to a new fretboard gives me all possible fingerings of F sharp minor 7 flat 5. If I assign the A note on the high E string as the root note, I have a root, flat 3rd and 5th, which gives me an A minor triad. Option clicking these notes to new fretboard, I have all possible fingerings of A minor. These notes can be played as chords or arpeggios, so I have now created a massive number of possibilities for when playing over a D9 chord. Neck Diagrams 2 is an awesome tool for guitarists, and I hope you can see that when used in certain ways, there is massive potential for creativity. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a like and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more guitar related videos coming soon. Bye for now.